Hello, this is Ryn. Welcome to this video, which is about what to draw, the inquiries and thoughts behind it, because it's one of the biggest conundrums in the artist world. So many artists, from the beginners to the experts, do struggle from time to time on what should they draw in general, like what theme should I work with, or what person should I draw, or whatever. There's a lot of thoughts behind it, and it's not easy. It's really not easy. One of the most common things when people are deciding what to draw is inspiration on an idea or theme, and usually that's like a big fueler. It gives us energy, it gets us hyped up when we get inspired by an artist or this thing, and we're just like, we gotta do this, let's do this. Inspiration is a big motivator, but I find if you only depend on an inspiration, it gets really tough. Because if you only draw when you're inspired, I find with many artists, actually, they don't draw as much when they're waiting for that inspiration. And sometimes, a lot of the time, I find you have to go out there yourself and find or decide what you want to draw. And it's tough depending on inspiration, so there are other things you can consider when you're trying to decide what to draw. One of the things is fan art. One of the biggest and easiest things I find, because with fan art, you're basically drawing based on a fandom, whether it be a show or a movie or a comic or anything really, anything that you're a fan of, you make the fan art for it, and at least there you have the characters put together and you have the ideas mostly blotted out. Mostly it's just trying to figure out how you want to draw this character or this person. A lot of it is just showing the love for this fandom. Another idea you can use is being given an idea. So asking your friends or asking your watchers/followers, what should you draw and how should you draw it? It's a good exercise, especially for those who want to do art as a career or even some kind of job, when you want to do freelance work or when you want to do it as a gift to someone, when you want to give them a piece of art and you want to make sure it's something they like. It's really tough because there are times where you're given an idea or you're being told to draw something, and a lot of us don't want to be told what to draw and how to draw it. A lot of us just want to do what we want, but that won't fly if you depend on it, whether it be an income or you find you're depending on it to get ideas or inspiration. But it's a possibility, and it takes time and exercise to really get into the groove of it, because again, you're being told what to draw, and that's not easy for a lot of us. Another idea is to try something new. Draw a new thing for yourself. Like, say, if you draw humans all the time, try drawing animals. A lot of people shouldn't expect it to be perfect or great in the first try, but it's something, and it can get you branching out and trying new things, or trying a new style. A lot of times I find artists trying styles that are either more realistic than what they're used to, or more cartoony than what they used to, and sometimes that can actually result in a new style or a new idea of how to draw this certain thing. Or it could be a new coloring technique, because there's actually a lot of ways to color something differently and get different results. It's really interesting. Another thing you can do is observing. Observe people, observe animals, observe the outside world. Not just outside, but observe your world in general. Try drawing the water glass you're drinking from. Try drawing your pet. Find your family or friends and start sketching them. One of my favorite things to do is people sketching. I'll usually be sitting out in a commons area or a coffee shop or the like, and sometimes I'll just do quick sketches of people. They're not detailed, they're not great, they're just to give me ideas on anatomy and practice. It's really interesting how much more you can learn how to draw poses and characters based on how and what you see other people look and do, and how they walk, how they stand, how they talk, how they keep their hands, what they wear. Sometimes I'll draw someone that has an outfit or a hairstyle I want to keep in mind. And again, it's usually not fully detailed, but it's to keep ideas and information for myself for later on, which is nice. Because sometimes I'm out in public and I see an outfit, it's like I would not have been able to look that up on my own, but I'm going to draw it down and keep it for something. Even if I never use it, it's just nice to have. Another way to figure out what to draw, you can, if you're not sure what specifically you want to draw, you can do exercises. So the people sketching I do, usually it's called gesture drawings, where you're not so worried about the details in the clothing or their face structure or how their hair looks, but you're more so getting the idea of the pose and look of the person you're drawing. And partly to figure out the way clothing falls, but like I said, it doesn't need to be detailed, it doesn't need to be these perfect sketch of a person. It can be just a simple ideal sketch to get the idea of the pose and look, general look, without going into detail. Sometimes you can put time limits on yourself. A lot of the time what I do is if I don't know what to draw, I'll get given a character style idea, which I'll explain in a moment where I got those ideas from, and draw and sketch it out in a time limit. So usually I do 2 to 5 minutes depending on exactly what I'm doing. But it's to get my brain going, get my hand working, and get ideas. In fact, this picture was actually inspired by that idea. And where I got the phrase from, which this one was Golden Dragon smoking a joint, holding too many things. I got the idea from an app. My favorite app of all is called Jazza's RD Games. I will put a link in the description below. And it's a really cool app where there's so many challenges and ideas you can do to get yourself fueled up, to either think of a grand idea or just get yourself moving and going. So like I said, I'll put a description below, and I will be doing a video on it just praising this app because it's incredible. Last thing I want to quickly know is that there could be other ideas and ways you can get yourself figuring out what to draw or how to draw it. So this video isn't exactly like these are all these specific answers, but rather just something to think about, some of my advice, some of my experiences, and I hope it really helps. Thanks for watching this video. Sorry it was choppy and sloppy, but gotta get it out there to learn. See you again in my next video. Cheers.